So a little while ago, I was in the hobby shop, and one of the guys was telling me there's a customer that comes in once in a while who says that you can't build a Tamiya kit and make it look good without adding a bunch of photo etch and aftermarket stuff or doing a bunch of scratch building. It's just not going to look good compared to kits from Dragon and Bronco and all the other manufacturers out there. And I thought, well, challenge accepted. I'll try that. So I got the kit, and the whole idea behind this kit, which by the way was originally released in 1974, it's an oldie. It cost me a whopping 9.95 Canadian, so about 25 cents US. Uh, it's one of these really nice Tamiya kits because it's kind of a diorama in a box if you want to build the diorama. There's an option to mount this on a 250 Hanamag that they made back in the day. I don't know if it's still available. It's a pretty rough old kit. But anyway, the idea that you couldn't make it look good, and I don't understand exactly what the guy means, like, as detailed, as fine a detail. But I thought, well, there's nothing wrong. You can make Tamiya kits look really good. So I decided, well, I'm going to do one up. I'm going to do one and just use really basic techniques, stuff that I'd used back when I was in my teens, stuff that anybody that's got half a dozen kits under their belt shouldn't be able to, should be able to do this. Maybe not to this level. I do have 40 plus years experience doing it. But everything I did is really simple, and you can get everything that I did here other than the styrofoam base and the tile grout that I used, which you can use alternative stuff from the hobby store. But everything there you can buy from the hobby store, with the exception of white item, which you can get from either the dollar store or Michael's. So this is a very simplistic kit to throw together. It wasn't a huge challenge. There was a tiny little bit of fiddling, but I'll go to the full reveal. Here's the finished product. This is the completed kit, built virtually entirely from the box with 3 minor embellishments. I have used Tamiya decals for the insignia. This one chipped off during weathering, but that's okay because I have seen them chipped off early in the war. But they all have helmet decals off, shoulder epaulets. They all have eagles. You can't really see it from this picture. And where they were showing, they have belt buckle decals all by Tamiya. They were all hand painted with Tamiya acrylic and then shaded with panel liner, just mixed together for various shades. The Pack 40 was done in acrylics through an airbrush, but could have easily been brush painted as well. Has panel liner weathering and a little bit of Vallejo pigment powders. The other embellishments I did are I drilled out and removed some rounds from the ammo case and some of the empty cases. You get a bunch in the kit, plus unfired rounds. You can't really tell, and I don't think I can even show you from this angle, the lighting and everything. But the ends of the rounds are drilled out as well. The base is just blue styrofoam insulation with tile grout that I picked up probably at Walmart on clearance. You can use Vallejo's muds. You can use like Vallejo's thick mud if you want. I just found the sanded grout a little better, and I can paint it whatever color I want. All the grasses are Woodland Scenics from their new line, which is really nice. 2 and 4 millimeter mixed together and then put on with a static grass applicator. The bushes are part of their bramble series. They come in a long pack. They have medium green, kind of a dead looking bunch. And I just crushed up some parsley leaves and stuck them on after spraying them with some hairspray. The purple flowers are new from Woodland Scenics. I got a couple of them in here. And little grape kind of looking ones I picked up at Michael's. They're kind of pricey, but I mean, the bushels are like huge that you get for what you get of them. It was like $14 Canadian, $15 Canadian. It's a lifetime supply unless I want to do a vineyard. But I thought, yeah, just to throw in some color. But yeah, everything is out of
out of the box. Other than those three things, I didn't even worry about filling seams on the shoulders. You can kind of tell they're a bit on the gappy side. But I figured, so what? This was just to say that, yeah, you can build a Tamiya kit out of the box, and make it look pretty decent. I'm actually really impressed at how this turned out. This turned out actually way better than I thought it was going to, especially the dirt effects. But the gun went together. I built this gun 2 or 3 times as a kid. It went together about the same. No problem. The only really fiddly part with the kit are the lining up the handles on the wheels with the gunner's hands. I broke mine off numerous times trying to get the darn things in working properly. And just once it was mounted, it was like, okay, it's fixed, it's done, and just lock it in place, and I'll leave it there. The dirt clumps, I just dug in with an X-Acto knife and dug out a little chunk after measuring how wide the spades were going to be apart. The dirt chunks literally are the more woodland scenic static grass, the 7 and 12 millimeter grasses, with some white glue on the bottom, dunked in some pigment powder, and just kind of glued in place after everything kind of set up. And then once everything was in place, the whole thing was given a shot of Vallejo matte acrylic, thinned about half and half with Vallejo airbrush thinner. And the sides were painted black, and that's it. I mean, it's very, very simplistic. This is about 5 inches by 5 inches. This is about as big as I figured I could make it without spreading out too much, and as small as I can condense it without making it look crowded. And it's very, very simplistic. So I'm going to be bringing this to the hobby shop this weekend. And I don't know, I got one of their old Panther A's, their ancient POS kit. Good kit, goes together well, but it only looks like a Panther. It's not very accurate, but it goes together well. So that might be the next out of the box one that I pound together and do the same thing with. So anyway, thank you very, very much. I just noticed, you guys probably noticed too, I forgot to put some gloss coat in.
All of that. I videoed the entire build process. Not all the figures, one figure, but the entire process from taking them off the sprue, cleaning up all the mold seams, everything that it took to assemble this, I have recorded. There's about 9 hours of footage available. My idea was that earlier in the year, earlier last year, someone asked me how long it had taken me to build one of my builds, and when I said, X number of months, but it should have taken how long, they said, no, how many hours? It was like, I have no idea. So I decided to time and film this entire build just to see. And this build took about, from start opening the box to putting the last bit of pigment on, took about 14 and a half hours. That includes cleanup and painting. That doesn't include drying times for paint and for glue. So without the diorama, just for the figures and the painting, the way I did them, it was about 11 hours from start to finish to do the whole thing. And a lot of it was cleanup. There was a lot of cleanup time, especially with the figures. It was pretty brutal. Your fingers got pretty sore after a while. But that, like I said, I've got that all filmed, and I can put together like a condensed, fast-forwarded version of the more pertinent parts. If anyone's really interested, I don't know if that's of any value to anybody, let me know in the comments below. It's all there. It's going to take me all to do it. And like I said, there's like 9+ hours of video that I filmed. But yeah, let me know, and I can try and put that together over the course of, filming everything else and everything else I got going in life. So thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it. Welcome back again. Talk to you next time.